Hi, welcome back to the Hanklish Podcast. I'm Hank. And if you've ever stared at your English textbook thinking, there's gotta be a better way to do this, you are so in the right place. This podcast is all about cutting through the noise, ditching the boring stuff, and figuring out what actually helps you get fluent and enjoy the process. Today, I want to talk about the big picture. And going from beginner to fluent. What really works? What's just hype? And what should you actually be focusing on if you want to speak English confidently? A lot of people think fluency means speaking perfectly. No mistakes, no hesitation, no accent. But here's the truth, fluency isn't perfection. It's connection. It's being able to understand, to express yourself, to share your thoughts, even when it's not perfect. And honestly, the people who make the fastest progress are the ones who let go of perfection early. When I talk to learners who've become fluent or even close to fluent, there's always a pattern. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They didn't study for 5 years before speaking. They just jumped in. Maybe with broken sentences, maybe with some awkward moments. But they used the language. A lot. Every day. That's one of the biggest things I've seen. People who treat English like a living thing. Not just something you study. They make it part of their life. They listen to podcasts while walking to work. They watch Netflix with subtitles. They talk to themselves in English while cooking or doing dishes. It's not always about study time. It's about exposure, repetition, and honestly, just getting used to how the language feels. Another thing I've noticed? Consistency is way more powerful than intensity. You don't need to sit down for 2 hours a day with a grammar book. If you can do just 10, 15 minutes a day, every day, it adds up faster than you'd think. Fluency comes from those small daily wins, not from trying to do everything at once and burning out. And I get it. We all love tools. Apps, websites, YouTube videos, language challenges. They're exciting. But here's the trap. A lot of learners keep switching tools, looking for the best one, instead of sticking with one and actually using it. You don't need more stuff. You need more reps. Just like at the gym. Picking up a new exercise isn't going to help if you never repeat it. One last thing I want to say in this episode, and it might be the most important, is that your mindset makes a huge difference. I've seen learners who are smart, motivated, with great tools, but they don't believe in themselves. They're afraid to speak. They think, I'm too old or I'm not good at languages. And guess what? That belief becomes their reality. If you can flip that and say, I'm going to mess up sometimes, and that's okay, you're already ahead. You're giving yourself permission to grow. That's how you build real confidence. Not by waiting to be perfect, but by showing up over and over, even when it's messy. All right, I'm going to leave it there for today. This podcast isn't going to give you magic shortcuts, but it will give you what works. The mindset, the habits, the real talk to help you get fluent and actually enjoy the process. Next week, we're talking about something I see way too often. Learners getting stuck in this perfection trap. The ones who memorize grammar rules for hours but still don't speak. So the next episode is called Stop Memorizing, Start Speaking. Why Practice Beats Perfection. You don't want to miss it. If this episode spoke to you, if you're nodding along right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Or better yet, send this to a friend who's learning English too. Until next time, keep it real, keep it fun, and keep it Hanklish.